Okay, to start this, I just want to say that, I'm not a perfect person. I try to be a good person, and I consider myself that. A lot of you probably would too. The thing is, um, you can be kind of narcissistic, but also a good person. I'm just going to go down the list of every criteria and just explain myself a little bit because when you say the word narcissist, people just kind of feel like associate it with the extreme narcissism. But I'm like a tier one narcissist, and people that are farther down the spectrum are like tier 20 or 30. So I just hope y'all don't think less of me because literally that's like our biggest fear. So I'll just go down the list. Um, Try to explain myself. Gross sense of entitlement. I have trouble not getting what I want. You just see all of these answers as like being spoiled growing up. Like I'm a man child, so I I was spoiled growing up, and that's probably how I became, a low key narcissist because of that. So yeah, I like getting what I want, and I have trouble with when people don't want to give me what I want. Um, it's not like a evil thing. It's just I get really disappointed and stuff. So number two is need for um, admiration or attention. Well, the whole doing TikTok and YouTube and stuff. Obviously, that's attention seeking. Like someone talking about potentially, not potentially, but being a low key narcissist would be seeking attention. So that within itself just explains it. Lack of empathy. Now, I do care about people in my own way because I want to be I want to be looked at as the best possible. So, like I have I have I don't I don't like empathy is actually feeling other people's pain. I'd say sympathy is something I struggle with. Empathy is, oh, if I'm going through it, I can understand why someone else is going through it. I think it should be lack of sympathy because why I just, when it doesn't bother me, I'll be respectful and try to show people respect, but when something doesn't bother me, I don't feel it. Like, if someone passed away and I wasn't close to them, I'd just be like, you know, I'd be respectful, be like sorry for your loss, but like I'm not sad. Other people might be sad and stuff, but I'm not sad. I just because it didn't affect me. Um, Sometimes I just feel like it's just like other people are like talking about all the good times and stuff, and then just maybe I just wasn't that close to them, and that's why I feel that way. But I just, with anything, I just have trouble sympathizing with people and being put in their shoes. It doesn't mean I don't care. It just means that I have trouble with that emotion and feeling that way, if that makes sense. Like, I want to be respected, so I'm going to be respectable and respect people and be like, hey, I'm sorry for your loss, or sorry to hear that. That must suck. Um, you know, I don't know. I feel like care enough when it comes to my friends, but I'm in my own little world a lot of times. Like I said, I'm a man child, so I'm just like kind of focused on me more than anybody else. It's nothing against anybody. It's just the way I am. So stuff doesn't affect me like it does other people. That's all. So fragile self esteem. I have very low self-esteem. I know that it used to be worse, but it's gotten kind of decent. Um, but I will. Sometimes I just won't go to events if people like criticize me. Like I used to play basketball a lot more, and then people start criticizing me. It's just like, then it made me not want to do it. Um, so like that could be a fragile self esteem right there. Just like if I miss a few shots, like I'm just devastated, and I'm kind of thrown off the rest of the game. Um, yeah, it would kill me if people like hate on this video and think differently because of everything. It really suck. So that's part of why I didn't. It's hard to do this video. But number 5 is so just being really insecure. I have a fragile self-esteem. Yeah, like people's, the more severe narcissists, like um you know they manipulate a lot more, and they're more like, like payback oriented and stuff like that, conniving or whatever. um so it's like, but for me, I don't really do that. We'll get to that, but yeah, it's it's not like that. Feelings of arrogance and superiority. So think about it this way. This is your life. I think we all kind of see ourselves as like the main character in a video game, only if you die, you lose. That's kind of how I see life. It's like, if you're not taking care of yourself, you can't help others. So, yeah, I'm Eric. I think I'm better than everyone else because I'm me. When, I'm gonna be focused on my needs and my wants more than other people. That's all that it means to feel arrogant or superior. You know, I don't feel these as much. Um, I'm more of like, if you ever heard of like covert narcissists, I might be that, but I'm not too sure. Um, but I do, I do think I'm better than everyone. Not because you know, it's just because you gotta look out for yourself first. That's all that means to me. Uh, like every once in a while, if I'm doing well with something, I will get arrogant and start to brag, and I feel like on top of the world. So I do have that bragging and arrogance to me. It just doesn't usually show up because of my self esteem. Like, is really low. So I'm not the braggy type of person. Um, I do brag a little bit, but yeah. Manipulative and exploitive behavior. Now, this has such a bad name to it. Manipulative can mean like you're talking to someone and you don't give them the full details of something because you're embarrassed. Like, it doesn't have to be like this like serious. All manipulative and exploitive behavior just means you're trying to get what you want. Like everyone's trying to get what they want one way or another. That's all that means. Like like I don't like being manipulative, but but I mean, we all manipulate, but I don't like doing it, but I'm really good at it. Like, sometimes I just, um, because I don't lie very often, I'm a good liar. Um, why would I wouldn't lie about all this and make a whole video about it if it wasn't the truth. So don't think of it that way. Um, you know, you could say manipulation is just like asking someone to like be part of your videos and saying, "Oh, this is gonna be fun. I'm excited to do it." You know, being so excited to do something, and then they agree to it because you're so excited or stuff like that. It's really not that deep. Like it's just we're just we just like I said, I'm a man child and I try to get what I want when I want. So, you know, whatever it takes sometimes. Envy and belief in others' envy. I used to drive my car to work and I would park it farther away because I didn't want to make other people jealous because it was a nice car. It was a nice car. It was nicer back then, but it's still nice. But you know what I mean. I would feel like if I parked it there, people would get jealous. And like one of my coworkers finally saw my car when we ran into each other buying gas, and she's like, "Nice car." It's like I'm like, yeah, I didn't want to show it off and make people be jealous or whatever. Like that's I get jealous easily. That's definitely something I struggle with. You know, it just it kind of goes with I want what I want, and if I don't get it, I get really upset. So, you know, jealousy goes with that. Um, so yeah, I don't. This they treat everything like it's like so serious. It's like it's not that deep. I get jealous of people if I want something and I don't have it. So and I do I do think just because I get jealous more often, I think more people get jealous than they actually do. That's all it means. When you struggle with something, you think other people struggle with it too. That's all it means. So obsession with power and success. Well, duh. I want to get big on social media. I want to get like as many followers and subscribers as I can. Like that's power and success right there. It's really they make it sound like nefarious or whatever. Like, but for someone who's just a low key narcissist, that's all it means. So lack of boundaries. Um, I do have trouble with boundaries because of like growing up, I was used to getting what I want, and I was spoiled. So, um, I had trouble with someone's boundary before because I really wanted to see this person, but they were married and they couldn't, couldn't have another man around because they were married. I took it very personal. I got really angry, and even though I say I understand, like I just can't let it go. Like if I want something, it's really hard for me to let it go. And that's just sad if anything else. Like you're still stewing over something like even like, if, like a year later still like trying to work through it. Like it's sad more than anything. Like so number 10 is emotional volatility. Mood swings and intense emotional reactions sometimes, even for the simplest of reasons. Yeah, I'm very dramatic. Uh, when I don't get what I want, I get very upset. Um, you know, I'm usually a chill guy, but like if I really want something and I don't get it, like I just get like angry and whatever. I have bipolar too, so that might like play into it, like the mood swings and stuff. Um, so it just means that I have heightened emotions. That's all it means. Like when I feel joy a lot. When I feel angry, I feel really angry. If I feel sad, I feel very sad. It's probably from my autism too, but also from being a low-key narcissist. Um, Fear of loss or rejection. Yeah, I care deeply about my friends. Like it's we do care about others. When you surround yourself with friends, you want to surround yourself with people that you like to do stuff with and will do your hobbies with you. Like that's all it means. Like I'm like I do if you show me attention and spend time with me, I do care about you because I care about getting that need. Especially being a low-key narcissist, I need people around me to to think highly of me. Everyone wants to be thought as highly, thought of in a in a good way. You're not going to hang around people that make you feel like crap. So why would? Of course, I'm fearful of people leaving my life that I really care about. You know, in my own way, I do care about them. Like it might not be. It's if someone shows me time, that's like my love language, then I really care about you. Um, Even if it's selfish, I don't know. How selfish is it to want to have someone care about you and spend time with you? So you can be the judge of that. And number 12 is relationship issues. Now this one's a little different because it says about keeping healthy relationships and may be manipulative. Narcissists have great trouble sustaining healthy friendships due to their self-centered behavior and lack regard of others' feelings. The manipulative actions and inconsistency emotions can push others away, meaning that over time they might find themselves isolated or in toxic relationships. Um, I just say like we always want to be around as many people as we can, and sometimes we find people that don't I have I open my heart to people, and if they're not reciprocating that, I will leave. Like I don't. That's how I see relationship issues. It's like if you're not gonna mess with me, then bye. Like I don't. This is hard to explain. I do have. I did struggle in the past, keeping relationships because of that lack of sympathy. Um, that sounds bad, but all that means is um, I just don't feel. I don't sympathize when we all kind of don't understand when something is bad for somebody else. We don't always like understand or feel that. I just struggle with that more because I know how I feel, and if someone else is going through the same thing, then um I had a really bad situation with this. Um, Even if I felt the empathy, I still had trouble expressing my emotions because of the mood swings. I've laughed in like the wrong times, and then, like people ask me like to step out and laugh, get it out of my system. I'm not laughing at the situation. I'm laughing about stuff in my head, and like I'm the type of person that cracks jokes, and it just might not be the right time to crack jokes at that time. In my way, I am trying to make them feel better. So I do care when one of my friends is going through something. It's just hard for me to feel what they're feeling. That's all it means. When you say relationship issues, you have trouble relating to people when you don't go through something. It's extra hard for you to. It's more than normal. I think we all go through that, not understanding what someone else is going through if we're not going through it yourself. But it's like another step where if I don't have that, it's hard for me to take stuff more seriously, because I'm the type of person I like to cheer people up, and I'm doing that because I care about my friend. But I don't read the room. It's probably part of my autism. I don't read the room, and sometimes I tell a joke when it's just like the wrong place, wrong time. So with relationship issues, like, also sometimes I have trouble because, like, I am entitled to a certain extent. So, like, if I don't get what I want, I get upset, and then my friends get upset with me, like, because I'm upset I didn't get what I want. I'm just a big toddler sometimes. If I don't get what I want, I stomp my feet and get upset and cry about it and stuff. That's why I feel like a low-key narcissist is more like a man-child. But to say relationship issues, I dive too deep and shared too much personal information too, because I am very open and I let my heart out too easily, and that's why I have relationship issues sometimes, because I want to be their friend more than they want to be my friend. That's how I see relationship issues, at least. I try to explain it a couple different ways. But yeah. So that's what it's like being a low-key narcissist. You're just like, people don't assume that you're a narcissist because, oh, you're a nice guy, you're always caring about people. Like, I care about people and I try to be kind. And I was just raised, my mom raised me very well. If I didn't have a good mom, I think I would be farther down the narcissist pipeline, whatever you want to call it. But I'm just happy that I'm just on tier 1, and just things that I gotta work on to try to be a better person. So I just don't think just because you relate with what I said that you're a narcissist yourself. I was just explaining it in a way that everyone could understand where I'm coming from, and I look more human, because this is really hard to explain. Saying that you're a narcissist and opening up on the internet, like, this is like a narcissist's worst nightmare right now. But I'm just tired of seeing these videos that only cover the far end of narcissism. Most of them, that's what they do. And then they're calling us bad people. Some of us are, if you're farther down the pipeline. But for, like, low-key narcissists, we're just man-childs. That's all we are. We got spoiled growing up, and that's it. We're still considered good people. If you're, like, a low-key narcissist like me, you're just selfish. I know we're all selfish, but we're a bit more selfish than other people. So I hope you understand that you don't feel like any less of me because of what I said today. I'm just tired of seeing all these videos, like, saying you shouldn't be a friend with a narcissist, you should block them, blah, 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 all the extremes. It's kind of like serial killers and psychopaths and sociopaths. I'm still working with my therapist to see if I'm a sociopath too, but I do care about others in my own way, so I'm probably not, but I'm still working on myself, trying to figure it out. I think we're all just trying to figure ourselves out in this world. So, yeah, like I said, if you felt like, oh, I do these things too, it's like I was explaining it in a way to make it more relatable. So, you're probably not a narcissist, okay? And a lot of people try to tell me that, and I'm like, but you know, that's why I want to make this video, because there's people out that exist like me that are just like on the lower end of things, and yeah, they're like, again, I'm thankful to my mom and God for um I I'm just glad I'm just low key a narcissist. I'm glad that I'm still a good person, and God, I'm working with God, and I'm working with just myself to try to better myself and work on these things. Um, yeah, and we're not all monsters. Hi, you guys have known me for a while. You know how I am. Like, always try to be kind to people. You know, just when you're a narcissist and you're a low key one, you're just a really spoiled brat. Someone that wants his or her way all the time. If you're like that, and if you're spoiled, if you do relate to this, and it's not just you like overthinking, yeah. If you were spoiled growing up, and you have problems not getting what you want, and all the other things I talked about, yeah, I would look into it. But anyway, hope you don't think less of me. I'm scared to put this out, but I'm just tired of the misconceptions on some people that are less narcissists than other people. So, if you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you when you watch me again, metaphorically.